All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Uncommon Sense Show. Appreciate you guys being here tonight on Thursday night. I'll say hello to a few people here. Carlos, what's going on, my man? Becky Town, how are you? Good to see you. It's the jacket. What's up, buddy? How are you? I don't think I saw you the last couple of shows. Good to see you. What's up, Maverick? Big Smalls, how you doing, everybody? I guess we'll wait a few minutes for people to trickle in, and then we'll get started on a few things. Howie's going to be joining us in a little bit. As soon as he jumps into the back, we'll be going live on that. And we'll get into a few different things tonight. I want to talk a little bit about the Maduro stuff going on right now with Trump and the oil tankers that they seized. I think it's really interesting what's going on right now. And there's a lot of misinformation going on the news and in the media about what's really going on right now, which I guess I could shed a little bit of light to. At least give my opinion on what's going on anyways. Hey, Georgie boy, what's going on, man? Good to see you. How you doing tonight? Rod Irish. All right. And we're ready to roll. What's up, bro? How you doing tonight, bro? Good to see you. And thank you. Somebody sent me a Cash App right before the show started. I appreciate it. You know who you are. Thank you very much for that. If you guys haven't already, I think I'm a couple subs away. I don't know if you need 500 or 1,000 to get monetized. So if you guys haven't already, if you could please hit the subscribe button and turn them notifications on. And if anybody would like to help support the channel during the show, I got the Cash App, Venmo, and PayPal at the bottom of the ticker here. And we'll get started in just a minute. What's going on, Danny Green? Good to see you. How you doing, man? Welcome. Sorry about that. Apparently, I kicked myself off the stream when I was trying to close the tab out. My apologies. What's going on, Joe Root? I don't know if are you new, Aka Snuff. Good to see you. I don't know if you're new. I don't think I've ever seen your name on here before. How are you? Thanks for showing up. Appreciate you being here. So I guess I'll get into a little bit of the stuff that's going on right now. I don't know how many of you guys have been paying too much attention to the news about the capture of Maduro and the seizure of the oil tanks that were flagged by Russia, supposedly. And there's a lot of misinformation that's going on the news regarding, what's actually going on behind the scenes. And I actually, the thing that I find funny about this whole thing is that, as you guys know, during Trump's first presidency, everybody that was on the left, the Democrats, the liberals, all these people that hated Trump, claimed that they basically claimed that he had no backbone, that he had no spine. He said that he would bend the knee to Putin and would give in to this guy. Then, when Trump goes and seizes 2 oil tankers that are ghost ships, shadow fleets for Russia, for Putin, he gets blamed for trying to cause World War III. I don't understand it. It's like the guy can't win. I don't know any time people can't just give the guy credit for doing something good in the world. He goes down into Venezuela and takes out. Here's another thing. They claim that Trump is a dictator. He's obsessed and infatuated with dictators all across the world and wants to take pictures with them and loves them. Well, he just went down into Venezuela and got rid of a dictator down there, and everybody's crying all up in arms about it and wants to get the guy impeached over it because he didn't ask Congress to go down there. You don't need to. We weren't declaring an act of war. All we did was go in there and remove somebody who's been involved in narco-terrorism, that's been sending cocaine and weapons, not only to the U.S., but across the whole world, who was heavily in bed with Russia and China and a bunch of our other enemies overseas in the Middle East. And it was all being funded with the oil that they were selling. Now, the 2 ghost ships, these shadow fleets, for those of you who don't know, a ghost ship or a shadow fleet is a ship that's basically not linked directly to any government or any government entity. What it is that usually these ships will be privately owned. You'll probably find a door somewhere, a little 4x4 foot office somewhere that doesn't even have anything in it but a desk with a sign on the door that says, Bella 1 for the name of the ship that they seized or whatever. And what was really going on is that what Russia was doing is that in order to avoid sanctions, they would go out and they would use these ghost ships, these shadow fleets, to go and avoid the sanctions by delivering oil to countries like India and China and other places in the Middle East, Iran and all these other places that they weren't supposed to be sending it to because of sanctions. So what Trump's doing right now is because he's trying to get the war in Ukraine and Ukraine ended between Russia and Ukraine right now. It's been going on for 5 years, and 5 years too long. And what Trump is slowly and methodically doing with his cabinet and his generals and his military is slowly tightening the noose around Putin's neck. They're trying to cut off all of his money financially. And one of the biggest money makers for Putin that keeps that entire country afloat is their export of oil and natural gases, which is why they sent out a narco submarine to try to make sure that that ship coming back from Venezuela was safe. But luckily for us, Trump, our Navy and our military went out there. We seized over these tankers that weren't supposed to be out there in the first place because they were going and sending sanctioned oil out to India, which they weren't supposed to be allowed to do. And that's what's really going on right now. And, you know, I don't understand for the life of me either how everybody on the left, it's like all they have is ad hominem attacks. All they can do is go after Trump and talk personally about, oh, I don't like the way he talks, or I don't like the way he did this, I don't like the way he did that. It's never anything about his policies. It's never anything about his accomplishments that he's doing in the world today. It's always just negative and personal attacks. That's all that these people have. They can't give credit for one single thing that this man has ever done to try to help out the United States and keep us safe. They claim that he ran on a policy of wanting to be a peace president. And all he's doing around the globe right now is going and starting wars. And they claim that it's a distraction for the Epstein files. I mean, this is ridiculous shit. Well, if it was going to be used as a distraction, wouldn't he want to keep the conflict ongoing? Why would he want to end it by capturing the dictator who claimed to be president of a country whose elections he lost 2 times in a row, that under the Biden administration wanted to oust him and had a warrant out for his arrest for what he was involved in with the conspiracies and everything else? And I hear people on YouTube all day and in the news talking about when we went down there to capture Maduro, we didn't find any cocaine. There was no evidence that he had any cocaine on him. Do you really think he was going to be sitting in his house with a bunker filled up with 100 tons of cocaine so we can catch him red-handed? I mean, this is the absurdity of these people. I don't understand it for the life of me. It literally makes no sense. Meanwhile, Maduro's wife, 2 of her nephews have recently been arrested by the United States government, tried and convicted and cooperated for the importation and trafficking of not only cocaine, but firearms and other guns and weapons. They cooperated. I think it happened about a year or 2 ago. Then more recently, last year, a top general and aide who's been around since the days of Hugo Chavez was picked up in Colombia for narco trafficking and selling weapons to our enemies, including the FARC guerrillas, who are the ones that took over all of the Colombian drug trafficking routes and production labs when Pablo Escobar's Medellin cartel and the Cali cartel went extinct. They took over for those guys. That's who Maduro and the Venezuelan government was directly linked to, the FARC guerrillas in Colombia. They run everything out there now. So when these people go in there and they say, oh, he didn't get caught with any cocaine, there's no proof that he did any of this, bullshit. You guys never heard of a criminal conspiracy? We have people sitting on in prison right now in the United States for life for getting caught with a fraction of what these guys are getting charged for importing into this country. And they've never gotten caught with anything red-handed either. It's all testimony from people that cooperated, wiretaps and the like. So I don't want to hear this. They didn't catch him with any cocaine. Of course they didn't. What do you think he was going to be? He's the one that's doing the deals hand to hand himself. The guy that they just picked up, the general, the old military general from back in Chavez days in Colombia, when he got arrested, instead of facing a 20-year minimum mandatory, because that's what he was going to be facing for the cocaine trafficking and importation to the United States, he decided to cooperate. And what did he do? He told the government, the DEA, the United States Department of Justice, and those people that they could trust, where several bunkers were being used to store and traffic the cocaine. And a lot of it, he said, that cocaine that the Venezuelan government was selling under Maduro was cocaine that was seized. So they were sending their military out there and their police to go and pick up huge loads of cocaine, basically claiming that they were they were taking it for evidence, and then they were going out and they were selling it out the back door. And they were using these speedboats and all of their ports to go out, including these oil tankers, to transshipment all across the world. 6 of the bunkers that they got, it was right across the border in Venezuela and Guyana. This is the general gave this information when he got caught. He gave specific details on several of these underground bunkers that were 6 feet under the ground that had a storage of 4.4 tons of cocaine that was seized last August. Okay? So I don't want to hear anything about, this is just about oil. This has nothing to do with drugs. No, it has a lot to do with drugs. That's what was funding their regime on top of the oil. And they were also in bed with China, Russia, and Iran because we are a sworn enemy of theirs. And hopefully now there's been an agreement, supposedly, between the new government that's taken over, the vice president, who's agreed to give us 50 million barrels of oil. I guess it's some type of gift or reward or whatever for helping liberate the country. I'm not exactly sure, but the bottom line is that they need us in our refineries, and we have deals worked out with them. All the refineries that they need in order to process all of the oil that's in Venezuela is done right here in the United States, in Texas, right in the Gulf Coast, the Gulf of America. That's where it's being done. So what's going to happen now is what came out is that Trump has asked big oil companies and gas companies like Chevron if they're going to be willing to get involved to take over and help put money into the infrastructure to help the Venezuelan people extract more of this crude oil, to get it to these refineries, to help make more money, not only for them, but also for us, and to draw up a strategic partnership between our two countries in the Western Hemisphere that just helped the country get away from a radical dictator that's been keeping them impoverished and down for the last 30 years, basically, continuously. So, I just the one thing I don't understand is with all these people, at the end of the day, politics is all opinions. I'm sure there's going to be plenty of people that are on, well, I know there are for a fact, but you're going to see many people on different videos across YouTube platforms, different social medias, everything like that, giving their opinions and their take on what's going on right now. And those people who hate Trump are going to say he's a warmonger. He's not trying to do anything. He's just out there stealing and pillaging from people. He's no different than these Somali pirates that are going out and capturing boats on the open seas and international waters. And that couldn't be further from the truth. The bottom line is that we have every right to defend ourselves here against any narco-terrorists and organizations and groups that are involved in trying to hurt the United States, which is exactly what is going on right now. And Trump finally had enough. And I'm glad that he's standing up and he's showing people that he's not afraid of Russia, of Putin, or China. Of course, I want him to avoid war at all costs too. But he's also sending a clear message to everybody and putting the world on notice that he's not here to play around anymore. He's putting the United States first. And I'm going to support my president. I don't agree with everything that Trump does. I do not agree with everything that Trump says. But in this particular instance and what's going on right now, I think it's borderline genius, the move that he's making right now. He's cutting off all of Russia's income and giving India basically a warning and telling them, you're not going to be getting this sanctioned oil from Russia anymore, and helping them fund their war machine to go out there and build weapons and infrastructure to go out there and fight these wars in places like Ukraine and wherever else they think that they're going to try to take over. So I believe what's going to happen now is that we're working out a deal right now with Venezuela. We're going to help them build infrastructure so they can update their facilities and their exportation and their ability to process this oil. They're going to send it over to us in the United States for processing, and then we'll be able to supply India and these other places with this oil that directly benefits us and benefits Venezuela without hurting the American people, and still keeping everything in line with the sanctions that are in place right now because of what Russia's done over the last 5 years in Ukraine. And I think that this is going to seriously hinder and make Putin want to come to the table and come to an agreement right now because he sees exactly what's going on. The writing is on the wall, so to speak. And I firmly believe that. What's going on, Redhead? How you doing tonight? Steve, how are you? I'm still battling this cold. I don't know if you guys can hear it or not. My throat's still killing me. I don't know if Howie wanted to jump up. I think I sent the link out. We're going to get into a few things. Little discussion tonight. We got the return of Mickey. We got Canarsie, the fucking helmet, making an asshole out of himself again. What's up, Danny G? How you doing, brother? And I couldn't agree any more than you. I thank God for this administration. And you know what would be nice if people would just take things for what they were and give credit where credit was due and give the guy a chance. You know, we're all supposed to be brothers at the end of the day. We're all the same countrymen. Our families are all intertwined in the United States because we live here. We should be supporting one another. I remember when 9/11 happened. You know, it was probably the first time since I've been alive, at least, that it really felt like people came together and wanted to do the right thing and stand up for our country and our people. And now it's just the division and the stuff that gets put on the media and the propaganda machine and the ad hominem attacks. They don't give this guy a chance or opportunity or credit for anything that he says or does. And I think that it's sad. And I think it causes a serious problem with the way not only people look at us domestically amongst each other, but globally. You know, we look weak when our own people are infighting. You know, these guys couldn't love this stuff anymore. That's why they have propaganda machines. Russia does, China does, where they spin their own stories and they put out their own stuff on radio and news and media and social media to distract the people from what's really going on, to keep the infighting going. Because as long as that turmoil and tension is there, they get a distraction to do all the stuff that they're doing where they are. And that's what I think the biggest problem is right now. And hopefully people will eventually wake up. I honestly don't believe that they will, but I'm hoping that some people do. And it will be nice. It will be nice to see that. Hey, Fatball Italian, how you doing tonight, brother? The only thing I would want of trying to take Greenlands. Oh, okay, sorry. Hey, I'm gonna put the link in the chat for you, Hal. This is for Howie right here. Apparently, I had a problem with the link. Try this one. Sorry about that. Sorry, Fatball Italian. You said the only thing I would warn of trying to take Greenland because it gives a green light for other countries to take over and invade. They want to. Well, all right. So here's something that a lot of people might not know about the Greenland situation too. Greenland is actually owned, I believe, by the country of Denmark, and we have an agreement with them going back, I believe, to 1953. I believe it was 1953 that the agreement was put in place with Denmark. We actually have a military base there on right now. And in our agreement and in the deal that we worked out, we can pretty much do whatever we want on that island there. We have pretty much free reign, adding landing strips, adding infrastructure, adding all sorts of stuff. And we don't even necessarily need to buy Greenland because in the agreement that we signed, I forget the exact name of the treaty and pact that we signed, but we could literally just take Greenland and not give anybody money for anything because we have the rights to it. You know, this isn't stuff that anybody on these social media channels is going to tell you. Nobody on the left or the Dems is going to tell you this. They're just going to come out here and put their propaganda out and tell you that, oh, Trump's going crazy. He wants to take over Greenland and buy Greenland now and make it a 51st state. The guy's a fucking asshole. He's such an idiot. No. He knows what the fuck is going on. He's got a very good administration and very good people that are around him helping him make these decisions along the way. And that's the part I don't understand with people. Like, everything goes back to Trump. What is this guy? Fucking King Tut? He can't just go around doing whatever the fuck he wants. You don't think he has people that are far more intelligent than he is in specified places and niche that know about these niche details and agreements and stuff that we have? Of course he does. He doesn't just go out there and say shit all willy-nilly, although he does say crazy shit and tweets crazy shit. In this particular instance, he's absolutely in the right. Howie, what's going on, brother?
What's up, buddy? All right. I see everybody saying hello to everybody in the chat. I was listening to you. You were talking about the Trump situation. I think it's so fucking ridiculous for people to think that the only way you can distract from the Epstein files is to start World War III.
Yeah, I mean, it's absurd, man. The fact that people are saying that just shows you how fucking low IQ and unintelligent they are. I mean, it's ridiculous. So I heard people saying before, they were saying, oh, well, how come Trump didn't release the Epstein files during his first term? Are you guys serious right now? The guy got indicted in 2019. He died while he was awaiting trial. How the fuck are you going to release the Epstein files when the guy hasn't even gone to court yet and been tried and convicted?
Listen, the bottom line is that before and during Trump's first term in office, he had the CIA, the FBI, the Democrats, everybody and their mother trying to get in his way and even arrest him. So
Yeah.
the guy was lucky he got accomplished what he did during his first term. And you know, he's lucky he's still free.
Well, that's the other thing that I'm talking about. You know, imagine if they just gave this guy a chance and let him actually work and didn't criticize every single thing he does along the entire way during his whole 4 years in office. If they didn't pull the shit that they did over the, you know, the virus that we got and the blame game and all the finger pointing, imagine what this guy actually could have got done and accomplished if they just gave him a good 4 years. I would figure knowing that Trump only has 3 years left in office and they're never going to have to worry about the guy ever again. Why not just come together and support the guy and back him up so we make the best possible decisions we can for us and our country? Why not?
They don't want him to get credit for doing anything good.
No. And it's that's the saddest part about the whole thing is that if you ask any of these people to name one good thing that Trump's ever done, they'll look at you with a glossy-eyed face like they don't understand English. Like they don't have it in them. But meanwhile, they'll turn around and say the same thing about anybody over here. I mean, they talk about censorship like they were in an outrage when that shit happened with Jimmy Kimmel, right? Well, how come they weren't in an outrage when that shit happened to fucking Roseanne Barr?
Yeah. And you know, another thing too is all these people that are out there that know that some of these things that Trump's doing are good for the United States, but they don't care. They just don't want to agree with it and go against it. You people are fucking selfish scumbags. Why get in the way of a good thing just because you don't like the guy? What about all the Americans that are going to benefit from it?
Yeah, look at the end of the day, you know, the country was pretty much split 50-50 for the most part, along voting lines, I should say, right? So obviously, half the country agrees and half the country disagrees, but there's got to be some way we could find some common ground to come together to try to at least give this guy an opportunity and a chance to run this country the right fucking way and show people that we aren't weak. I think the worst thing, and I have to agree with AFBI right here, the worst thing that happened to us is when Biden won that election 4 years ago. The 4 years he had in office was a fucking embarrassment for us globally. Nobody respected us. And, you know, that's the one thing that's why they didn't want Trump to get back into office, because they know that he doesn't fuck around. When he says he's going to do something, he at least tries to do it. He might not accomplish it, but he absolutely tries to get it done. And for some reason, nothing's ever good enough.
I mean, he's basically telling everyone, the rest of the world, you know, listen, you know, the United States, we run shit. We're running shit. And if you guys are breaking the rules, we're gonna stop you. Okay? And you know, the shit that he's doing, I don't know if it's exactly. I know, you know, we've taken over countries before, but you know, we're only doing it for the good of the United States. So, you know, unfortunately, sometimes you have to do things that may be considered, you know, bad in, you know, some people's eyes, but sometimes things have to get done in order for things to be safe in the world. I mean, when you have a war, you know, people get killed, but the outcome is to win. So, you know, the United States will benefit from it and be safe. And that's it. That's all anybody should be worried about. Do we benefit from this? Fuck everybody else. It's about the United States.
Yeah, United States first, America first. I agree. And the thing is, you know, I touched on this. Or you were on when we were on Gunsmokes the other day. I had spoken about you know, what's really going on with these oil tankers because of the testimony that came out from these narco traffickers from the Sinaloa cartel and from the FARC groups in Colombia and from the Cartel del Sol in Venezuela. Some of those guys that all cooperated. You know, they weren't just going and sending these oil tankers out to China and these other places with oil. What they were doing is, do you really believe that when the ship got to China, they drove all the way back from China to the Americas and nothing was on that fucking boat? Does anybody really believe that? They had one of the biggest busts in history last summer, right? It was, and you don't hear anybody talking about this or giving Trump or the administration credit for this, but they caught 800 tons of precursor chemicals to make methamphetamine and fentanyl on one ship. One ship. And where do you think that was destined to go to?
The United States.
Exactly.
Well, yeah.
Indirectly.
In the end, yeah.
Exactly. And the whole thing is that they were funding these narco trafficking operations with the oil that they were basically taking and selling unsanctioned to these places or supplying them with oil at a cheaper price, which goes and helps them fund their wars and shit that's going on right now in Ukraine. What Trump did right now with these boats and listen, both of those oil tankers that were seized yesterday, from what I understand, they were both empty. Empty. There wasn't any oil on them. So what exactly was on those boats? Now, I don't believe that they're ever going to tell us, but I can guarantee you I have a very good feeling that those were all narco trafficking, precursor chemicals related. Because why would you go and want to seize two empty fucking vessels on an open water without the oil being in them? They claim they were empty.
Where were they on their way to? Back to Russia?
Yeah, well, they had been. So what happened is that they had been tracked leaving Venezuela over to Russia.
Right.
And supposedly the Russians sent a nuclear submarine out down to Venezuela and was offering protection for that ship to make it back to Russia. So now what the fuck do you think was on that boat?
Well,
it wasn't oil.
Maybe they just wanted their ship back.
Did you see the picture of the ship, that rust bucket? I can't even believe the thing's afloat.
Oh no, I haven't seen any video or anything on it.
Oh my God. It was a piece of shit. It was like an 80-year-old ship. It was all rusted out. The thing was old as fuck. And there was two of them. So you gotta ask yourself, why would Russia send out a nuclear submarine to go and guard an oil tanker ship coming off the coast of Venezuela when there was no fucking oil on it to begin with? And then if that was the case, right, why wouldn't they have done that for the two other oil tankers that we took previously from Venezuela directly that did have oil on them? So obviously there was something on those ships that our government knew about that wanted to take those out before they got back to Russia or China, wherever they were headed to.
Yeah, and if I'm playing devil's advocate,
yeah,
if there wasn't anything on those ships, then I would think maybe they were just trying to get them out of there so we wouldn't have any evidence of those ships.
What do you mean by that exactly?
Like, in other words, they know, Russia knew that those ships could be tied back to them, and they know what the ships were being used for. Well, and they just wanted to get them out of there so the United States wouldn't have them as evidence.
Well, no. So what was happening is that I guess on one of these ships, one of the ships was named the Bella One, and I forget the name of the other ship off the top of my head. I'll have to look it up. But one of them was adorned with a Russian flag, and then like something painted on the side of the hull to let them know it was a Russian ship. Which I believe the only reason that they did that is because they wanted to try to deter Trump from capturing and seizing that ship, because if he thought that it was owned by the Russians, if he took it, he didn't want to get involved with getting into some kind of, Cold War nuclear standoff or something like that by making an overt attack like that. You know what I mean? So they intentionally went and put a Russian flag on it and Russian insignia and then agreed to protect it with a nuclear submarine, but there was no oil on the boat. But why the fuck would they do that? Obviously, there had to be something very important on that boat for them to want to take it over and the Russians to be up in arms about it.
Right, and they're probably keeping secret on whatever they found because they just can't accuse Russia just yet. Maybe they need more evidence.
Yeah. Well, and listen. I don't know if we'll ever find out exactly what was on those boats. If we do, maybe it'll get leaked out at some point, or some investigation will come out, and there'll be indictments that get handed down. But at the end of the day, the bottom line is that these guys on the left that are all up in arms right now about Trump going down and taking out Maduro and saying, "Oh, it's not about the drugs or whatever. It's only about the fucking oil, this and that." It's absolutely just bullshit. That's not true. These guys were helping to fund fucking terrorism globally with our worst enemies on the planet: Russia, China, the cartels.
Well, their thinking is way above my pay grade, because I can't understand why they wouldn't say they found drugs on there.
Why they didn't?
Why they didn't? Yeah, I guess they have a bigger plan in mind above my pay grade. Like I would have thought that would have been a good thing. Look, we just seized these ships and they had drugs on them.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming that that's what was on those ships. It was either drugs or precursor chemicals to make drugs, or possibly even currency or weapons. I mean, it could have really been anything. You know what I mean?
I'm thinking if there was drugs on there, they just couldn't. They didn't have enough to blame it on Russia that those drugs, like they knew about those drugs. So they're probably just keeping quiet until they have rock solid proof.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know,
I guess that's part. I guess that's part of the other thing is that that's why they are called shadow fleets or ghost ships, is because they don't have a. It's basically like a
doesn't
shell.
go. Yeah, it doesn't come back to whoever is using it.
Yeah, right. It's basically like a shell company for a money laundering scheme. You know what I mean? Where you go in and you change the transactions and the funds and shit, so you can't really trace the exact origin of the owners or who's behind all this shit. Is That's what it's akin to, basically.
Yeah, I just don't understand why they would paint on the ship that it belongs to Russia.
Because well, what I believe is that the reason that they did that is because Putin probably believed that the U.S. wouldn't attack a Russian vessel. He knew that they would go after Venezuelan vessels because we had already seized two of them from them.
Right.
And we had already taken fucking or threatened to be taking Maduro down, by invading them. Because this ship was on the seas. It was getting tracked for like 2 weeks up until the point that they caught it. So it had already been to sea on its way out to the east by the time we intercepted it and picked it up.
Well, it's definitely interesting shit.
Yeah, it is, and I think a lot of the implications for it is not stuff you're gonna find on the news or on social media. You gotta really dig in and understand geopolitics and geoeconomics to understand what Trump and his our
And
government is doing
and
right now.
and use some common sense making your decision.
Yes, 100%. And as I was saying before, Russia's biggest moneymaker that stimulates all their economy is oil and natural gas. That's their number one export. And we've levied serious sanctions and tariffs, not only against China, but also on Russia and many other places, especially with Russia since they started the war in Ukraine. So what they were doing is that they were trying to circumvent those sanctions by going and using these, unknown ghost fleet ships to export their oil to send them down to places like India and Iran and all these other places illegally. And we basically went in and Trump today went and did a little press conference, and he sent a direct message to India telling them, if you think that you guys are going to be trying to skirt, we let you get away with it for a while, but we're not going to let you get away with it anymore. If you guys think that you're going to skirt around the laws and the sanctions that we levied against Russia, then you're not going to get any fucking oil because we have all the oil that you could get, because the only other place you're going to get it is from Venezuela or from us now.
Right.
So he just took away Russia's power and piggy bank out of the Middle East with India and Iran by shutting down the logistics of this oil going back and forth between these people. And they had been doing this shit for a long fucking time now too. So you remember the other day I told you that I think that this attack was multifaceted, It wasn't just about oil. It wasn't just about drugs. I said it has a much deeper meaning. There's a bigger game that's being played right now. And what I think Trump just did is a fucking 4D chess move because he's basically strangling Putin right now, like killing all of his income and money coming in. They're not going to be able to sustain that war if you cut off all their money from their exports, like oil going out of the country. He's basically going to suffocate them.
Right. Now the sanctions that were originally put on these countries, that they were working around it by getting oil from Russia. Now they're really going to feel the the repercussions of the sanctions.
Oh yeah, that's why I'm saying that's why this shit is so brilliant. It was like he was just he's doing it in a way like so methodically and just picking them off piece by piece and breaking them down and sending little messages to letting these guys know, you want to play games, I can play better ones. And he's not violating the law. He's not breaking the law. The people that believe that he needs to go over to Congress to get approval to take out a dictator, it's not true. We weren't waging war against anybody. Biden was in Biden's administration, he also wanted to go out and had a reward for Maduro's head. Do you think Biden had the balls or the brains or anybody over there to go into fucking Venezuela and take that scumbag out of power down there and flip the script on all these people? Hell fucking no.
Plus, when Biden went down there to see Maduro, he thought he was meeting with fucking Castro.
With who?
I said, you didn't even know where the fuck he was.
That's fucking funny. You're not lying, though. That's the damn truth. I don't think that guy, when he woke up in the morning, knew what day of the week it was. He had no fucking...
He didn't even know he was in Venezuela.
He thought he was in fucking Delaware back at his house. Fucking idiot.
He was asking people, who planted these palm trees?
Yeah. Since when did we have palm trees in Delaware? Fucking idiot.
Not that I even know if Venezuela has palm trees. I'm just, people. I just want to let people know that I hear things here and there, and I make my, best common sense type of, not common sense, no pun intended, just like I just try to use my common sense and come up with my own opinions, and they're strictly opinions because I don't follow politics, like that.
Right.
So if I'm wrong about something, it was just an opinion. I can't state anything as a fact. It just, to me, I can just decipher what makes sense to me and what doesn't.
Yeah, and like you said, all you have to do is apply logic and reasoning to the situation, and it's not that hard to figure out what's going on. Now,
right.
If you start with a framework that's already fucked up to begin with and already skewed, you're not going to be able to figure it out because you're already starting off with the wrong solution and trying to figure out if that's right or not. Instead of looking at all the little solutions and things that have happened and then drawing a conclusion, these people do it ass backwards, where they draw a conclusion and they try to find the pieces that support their fucking thesis, which isn't the way you do things in life. That's not how things work.
Yeah. And you have to think about it, right? All these people that are saying that this is a distraction for Jeffrey Epstein. I mean, do you really think people are that fucking stupid that they're going to let Trump start World War III to distract from Epstein? You don't think all of the fucking Republicans would go against him if that was the truth? Use your common sense.
Well, these people are so enraged and they have so much hate in their hearts and in their minds for this guy that they just can't look at things from an outside perspective and try to, make sense of anything that's going on because they're always stuck in the fucking negative. So God forbid they ever, admit that he did something right or that he's on the right track or that he's doing stuff to actually help this country. With them, it's no matter what he does, there's always a reason or a purpose for it to distract them from, what's really going on with these fucking Epstein files. When at the end of the day, nothing's going to happen to anybody. I've said this before and I'll say it again. They could release all the Epstein files tomorrow with all the fucking paperwork and names and everything they got, and I guarantee you that not one single person will be fucking indicted. Yep. Not one. They've had all this information now for years. What are they waiting for? When the feds do an investigation, they don't just stop and say, "Oh, this is good enough. We'll let these 300 other people fucking go. We got the two main guys." They want all 302 people.
Right, and the fucking Democrats know that it wouldn't be in anybody's best interest, Democrats or Republicans, to get put out the Epstein files completely. They'll just sit there and act like, oh, we want them, but they don't really want them to come out.
No. And well, you know what a power play this is. Do you know what the three biggest countries are with the largest oil reserves in the world?
Venezuela, the United States.
No.
No.
Close.
The United States doesn't have big oil.
No, I'm saying the three with the biggest oil reserves.
Oh, I thought we had a lot of oil reserve.
No, we do, but globally though, on a global scale.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'll just take a wild guess. Venezuela, Saudi Arabia.
Yep.
Afghanistan.
Canada.
Okay.
Yep. That's why I said.
Yeah, I heard Canada was big too. Yeah.
Yeah. So now that we took out Maduro and the regime in Venezuela, we have a strategic partnership with the three countries that have the largest oil reserves in the entire world: Saudi Arabia, Canada, and Venezuela.
Right.
So guess what you can do when you can hold the world by the fucking balls, when you own the largest oil reserves in the entire world and your three allies and shit. I mean, if you don't want to call that a genius maneuver, I don't know what to tell you, people.
Yeah, and people, you got to fucking remember all of this shit that's being done now. Having control of the oil is to keep fucking peace for the United States. So we stay safe. Who gives a shit who's making what? Long as this country stays free and safe.
Yeah. It's America first, and it was a national security threat having that maniac fucking Maduro stay in office down there. Not to mention he wasn't even a legitimate president. They stole the last 2 or 3 elections from them. He basically just said he won what they would do in like fucking North Korea basically, and I'm the president, I'm running the shit, and you guys are going to deal with it because he had all the control of the military.
Yeah, Venezuela should be one of the richest countries in the world, and they're fucking, starving.
Yeah, make that make sense, right?
Right.
They have the largest oil reserves in the entire world, and they have a shitload of fucking earth minerals in the ground there. Really, really rich minerals, oil and gas, right?
Yeah.
But yet the people there are starving to death and have to fight over rolls of toilet paper and shit like that because the regime that was in place was so corrupt. It kept the people with such poverty and so impoverished that look at the state that they wound up in right now. They're thanking us. I don't care what you could go on any media outlet, YouTube, anything, and see the stuff what people in Venezuela are saying, the people that live there, and how thankful and grateful they are that they finally got rid of this fucking guy.
Yeah, once they get to the point where they start making these reserves make money, and then some of these big corporations will start investing and opening up, corporations out there in Venezuela, so the people will have opportunities to get work. They'll probably start some type of new construction. Eventually they can be a wealthy country.
Yeah, and from what I heard now is that I guess Trump's been sitting with executives for big oil conglomerates like Chevron, and he's asking them to basically, put money into the infrastructure if they want to get involved in it to help build up the processing plants and stuff in Venezuela to help them produce more barrels of oil. I guess they said they were producing less than like 750,000 barrels a day, and they could be producing upwards of 3 to 4 million barrels a day if they had the right equipment down there. So what Trump's planning on doing is bringing in these big oil companies like Chevron or ExxonMobil, whatever, and having them put up money to invest into Venezuela so they can extract and produce the oil. Then it's going to get sent to the Gulf Coast in Texas where we have the refineries, and then we'll sell it to who our strategic partners around the world. And we'll get money off of it for refining it, and Venezuela will get their end for producing it, and everybody's good.
Yeah, and then Venezuela can invest into their country.
Yep. They'll be able to have money to redo, infrastructure, roads, highways, buildings, schools, hospitals. Everything a country with natural resources like that should already have set in place if they didn't have such a corrupt
right
government intact.
And that'll create jobs for the people.
Yep. Yeah, Iran has a large oil reserve too, but they're gonna be next. I don't know if you've seen the shit that's going on over there right now, but they're basically in a fucking free fall over there. They need to get rid of that fucking Shah, whatever the hell his name is, a Kamani guy or whatever his name is.
Well, he should look what happened to Maduro and start making plans to go move to Russia.
Yeah, you should go seek asylum right now, or go hide out in a cave like fucking Bin Laden did in Afghanistan or something. That's why I think what Trump did was so fucking smart, because it sent out a message to everyone basically. That's what I believe. And I think that Sheinbaum, the president in Mexico, is probably rattled right now because Trump's been saying he wants to go after the cartels there for a long time. And the shit that's a little bit aggravating is I was watching a clip earlier. I think it was I don't know, it was on one of these morning talk shows or whatever. And they brought up the shit with the Honduran president that Trump allegedly gave that pardon to for narco trafficking, that said that he trafficked like 400 metric tons or whatever of cocaine. I explained it the other day on when we were on Smoke Show, basically, is that a lot of that was politically motivated, supposedly, by people that were in the opposing party that took over control of Honduras when he lost the election. And all of the people, the only thing that the guy ever got convicted on was mere testimony by convicted narco traffickers that cooperated when they got caught. And they just said, oh, he was the one that gave the okay, and he ran it to this, and he okayed it with that. He got paid to bribe this, and he got paid to bribe that. They didn't have anything else but just their words against the guy. So they're all saying, oh, if Trump really was trying to fight narco terrorism and wanted to go after these people sending drugs to this country, then how did he let the Honduran president go? Why would he give him a pardon? Well, go look into it and see what's really going on. Don't just repeat shit you heard somebody on here say. Go look into the guy's fucking case and see what's going on before you just go out there and say something like that. Obviously, it was done for a reason, right?
Yeah.
And that's the other aggravating thing, too. Like, they're talking about people that Trump's pardoned, like this billionaire crypto guy or something that was involved in some fraud or some scam. They gave him a pardon, and then he went out and violated it again and got caught up in something else or whatever. And they're acting like he's the only president that's ever let somebody get a pardon or whatever. Like these other guys didn't let off 300 different money launderers or kingpins or drug dealers or something like that when they left fucking office. They all do it. But it's only because they don't like Trump that they make a big fucking deal about it.
There's no guarantee when you pardon somebody.
No. Oh. None whatsoever. What's up, Carlos? Hey,
Carlos, my man.
Lefty's Jewelers in the building.
What's up, Danny Green?
What's up, Red? How you doing, brother?
Lefty's Jewelers. David Lopez, my man.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that, Guardino. I think he sent a direct message to Mexico to let them know that he's not fucking around, and that it could easily happen to them if they don't want to play by the rules and help us out. Because at the end of the day, everybody on the news and the media keeps saying that, oh, they weren't even really involved with drug trafficking out of Venezuela. It was only less than 5% of all the drugs that come to this country, and it's like, are you fucking people serious? Where do you think the drugs are made? They're not made in Mexico. They're made in fucking South America. That's where cocaine is grown. They're known for that. That's what they do down there. And they're the ones that are getting importations for all these precursor chemicals and sending them to Mexico, either up through Central America or through the waterways on these boats and these tankers and stuff that they're using that are all run by the government. It's security. Who would think to take over a government supplied oil ship that was running narcotics for a drug cartel? You wouldn't think that. And you have to really be sure and be able to prove it if you're going to jump onto one of them boats and take it over, especially if you had no proof that that was really going on. So what do you think? I saw that Mickey made her comeback yesterday, huh?
Oh, yeah, yeah. And you know what's funny is they were actually talking about a situation that had to do with Mickey Rourke.
What? Oh, I didn't hear that part. What was that about?
They were talking something about Mickey Rourke is sick, and there was a GoFundMe page, and he said that he didn't ask for that, and that like some celebrities are trying to help him out, but evidently Angel has she knows Mickey Rourke and she's in contact with him or something.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if it's true or not.
Oh, so somebody set up some like GoFundMe page to help him raise money because he's in the hole right now, and he's saying that he has no ties to it.
Yeah.
Really?
Supposedly he's behind on his rent, $60,000.
How the fuck do these people blow these money deals that they get in movies and everything? That guy's been in fucking movies for forever. How do you fuck that up?
I don't know. Maybe who knows if it's even true.
Yeah, that's crazy. Well, you know who else? You know who else went belly up, right, and was pretty much bankrupt was De Niro.
Oh, really?
Yeah. De Niro, that's why if you remember, De Niro started doing all of those like, shitty B grade fucking comedy movies basically. Like all them stupid ones. He was taking roles for pretty much anything that they threw at him, no matter how bad that they were.
Right.
Well, the reason he was doing that is because his ex-wife damn near fucking bankrupted him because he was investing. She wanted to start some like coffee brand company or something like that. And it went belly up, and I guess he invested like $100 million into this shit, and she ran it right into the fucking ground.
Yeah, Carlos, you're right. Carlos says Mickey Rourke from now on better not say a word about anyone attacking her family after Jim Ferry said the baby has a blood disease. Yeah, you're right. And even joking around, you're not supposed to do that shit.
Nah, that's not cool, man.
Right?
That's crazy. And that's not the first time he's done it either.
I mean, Gunsmoke wasn't even talking about. Gunsmoke didn't even put up a picture of her granddaughter. It was a little boy with a fucking mustache.
Yeah.
And if that was all for humor. So what's the difference between what Gunsmoke said and what Jim said? I would say what Jim said was worse.
Oh yeah, 100%. On top of the fact that I guess the baby was actually sick, and I'm glad the baby's doing well. But to go out there and say something like that and then compare it to a little cartoon that Gunsmoke made that wasn't even a girl, it was a male baby with a mustache.
Hey,
she cries about it. Get the fuck out of here.
David Lopez, the rent was for like 10 months. He was behind like 10 months, and it came out to $60,000.
What place is that?
I don't know where he lives, but they were saying his rent was like $6,000 and change a month.
Oh wow.
No,
I want to know what the fuck he blew his money on. I don't understand that at all.
David Lopez, I guess, thought it was $60,000 a month, which is some people do pay $60,000 a month. Rich people.
Fucking rent for their house.
Well, they lease these fucking $100 million mansions. Some of these wealthy people,
Yeah, I don't understand that for the life of me. When you have money like that, why the fuck are you renting anything?
Yeah, I mean, obviously Mickey Rourke doesn't have it like that. I just didn't want David to think it was $60,000 a month.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy, man. Regardless, yeah, Mickey was the stunt double in the fucking wrestler. They did all the fucking power slams and shit like that. The body slams. Somebody sent me.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Carlos or Mustache P. I don't know if you got the link. If you want to hop on, either one of you guys, pop on if you want.
What else is going on? That who was that other video? I don't know if the guy Kanasi was attacking FPS or more than FPS. It sounded like he was attacking someone.
Oh yeah, I got sent that the other day actually. Oh no, Carlos is gonna come on.
What's up, my man?
Comment says Howie, what's going on, gentlemen?
Nah, not much. What's good?
Nothing.
What
Laughing at this madness in this fucking community. People are crazy.
What do you make of that? Did you see that fucking video that fucking clown put out, Canarsie over there?
No, everybody's talking about it. Oh, it got a certain person's face in the thumbnail.
Whose face was in the thumbnail? I don't know if I've seen that.
They got I guess they got a new Fibby channel and it's got a whole fucking video of him.
Oh no. He comments talking about a video that Fibby put.
Oh no, I haven't watched it. Oh, when he was talking to throwing subliminals at everybody.
Yeah.
Fucking clown.
Yeah.
Did you see that one? I watched like a little bit of it at the start or whatever, and fucking what a fucking clown, man.
Oh, he's the fucking epitome of it. No fucking self-awareness. That's why I call him Jeffrey Dahmer Blowman. Like, dude, we all heard you, dude. You're the only person I ever heard of on YouTube that actually did a whole video bragging about taking apart his stepmother. Like, who the fuck does that? What the fuck is wrong with you?
He's a special breed of stupid, that motherfucker.
What was he saying? Something about if you get donations or money and you slander people, it's worse or something. I didn't get the whole story.
Well, he was talking out of his ass, basically saying that if you're on here and you have a channel and all you do is go after people and talk shit about people and their families and stuff like that, then you don't know how to do real content, and you're basically involved in what the fuck was he calling it, drama grifting or some shit like that. I don't remember the word for it. He was using something fucking he made up that was pointless. But yeah, he was saying that if you get donations and you go after people, that you're gonna get fucking sued or whatever, and that they'll come after you. Meanwhile, 2 minutes earlier, he's telling everybody that if you think that you're going to come on here and just tell somebody that you're going to fucking sue them and you can't prove that you got damages or it cost you, anything in your personal life or whatever, then you're just wasting your time thinking you're going to sue somebody. It's not that easy. And then 2 minutes later, he's talking about suing people if they get donations for talking about you on their fucking show. It's like, the fuck are you talking about, you retard?
He needs help, dude. That's one that's amongst there's a few. But yeah, he's definitely needs an appointment in Bellevue. That shit is a without any question. Definitely. Fucking definitely.
Yeah, he needs to get fucking help. He needs to get a fucking a medicine cocktail of some fucking Thorazine, some Seroquel, some lithium, and fucking drink that shit because he's got something misfiring upstairs. He's missing something up there.
Yeah, and he's doing subliminals, and like we caught some of them. He even threw a subliminal at Mickey Rourke, and it's just like, dude, like stop, just go away, go back to fucking doing Elvis impersonations, or go fucking catch some ghosts, but just get away from here. You're a fucking clown.
What did he say about Mickey Rourke?
Basically, about the same situation. We know that he doesn't like Jim Ferry. He's got an issue with him, so he was, alluding to that shit, But it's way past that point. Like, dude, you're not that important to her. She's your emergency contact, but you're not that important. It's one thing. I try to give her the benefit of the doubt after I heard that the blood disease, as far as the baby, I was like, there's no way in hell she could fucking stand for that. And people were telling me, no, she's not even gonna address it. Then I watched the next thing I know, she's just he's in the chat, he's on the live. I'm like, wow, you want to call us evil? Says we attacked your family, we attacked this, and everybody's attacking the baby. What kind of men attack a baby? But here goes this clown, he's attacking your sister, both of them, one about the cancer, the other about the kidney, and then he comes out with that shit about the baby, and you got him up on the goddamn panel. She's driven by spite and stupidity. She's pathetic.
I also heard that he said that Lee Cole passed away.
Bro, he does it all the time. He was doing it to Lee and talking about his ass. That's why Lee disappeared. But you know what? And she alluded to something, and I caught it on her show, and she said it right then and there. She made it perfectly clear to everybody. Lee Cole has never gone anywhere. He's quarterbacking her show. He's quarterbacking the videos. He's there behind the scenes. And this is not about money. Like, thank you. At least I give Mickey Rourke that. I've been saying that shit for a minute. Everybody's looking at me like I'm crazy. I'm glad you admitted that shit, you funky ass bitch.
Wow. Well, you know, I still will never forget the day that did you see the show that they did that one time when Fibby was up there and they had fucking that Elio clown on there, that fucking Fugazi attorney or whatever with the fucking nose and shit.
Yep.
And they were I think Casperosa had put out his paperwork when they went through the doggy door and he fucking told on all his friends and shit like that. And she was questioning him on her show, and that's when Elio came in with he was a young guy, he wasn't even an adult yet, and he made a mistake. He didn't know any better at that time. Just give him a pass. Meanwhile, the guy was 25 when it fucking happened. And she goes, well, wait, so what happened? They're saying you told on somebody, this and that. And he goes, I didn't put anybody in prison. Nobody went to jail because of me. We all got the same sentence. She's like, well, so what happened then? And he goes, we all got 5 years probation. We all got the same charge and the same conviction or whatever. So, okay, motherfucker. Yeah, they didn't get sent to prison because they took plea deals, but you got them 5 years of probation because you fucking told on them. That's the same thing as getting a prison sentence. If you get 5 years of probation, you still got to check in. And if you violate anything during that term of 5 years, you're going to be going to prison for at least some sort of fucking time if you catch a new case or violate the fucking probation. And he's going to sit up there and say, I never took the stand on anybody. I never put anybody in prison. Man, get the fuck out of here. You fucking rat.
That's like Pizza saying, I don't have a 302.
Oh, yeah. He's the only guy on here that don't got a fucking 302, yeah.
And what I don't like what the guy Elio does is he backs up misinformation.
Oh yeah.
He'll lie about anybody and everybody to fucking support them, Mickey over there and her brother.
Oh yeah, he's definitely a paid mouthpiece. You know, this is why she's always bragging, always brings him on, because it don't matter what the topic is, she knows he's gonna go up there and defend her. It ain't no different than what my man's name, the other Jewish guy. Same thing. They'll
Well, Adam.
Yeah, they'll become mental gymnasts just to back up whatever narrative she creates.
Yeah, it's absolutely crazy. Hey, thanks. I just want to thank Danny. Thank you so much for the donation. I appreciate you, brother. If anybody else would like to help support the channel, I got the info at the bottom of the ticker here. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you.
Danny Green.
Hey,
Lefty's Jewel, I need a piece made for me.
What do you want, a diamond straw too?
Hey, roll. Brian G, what's up?
Hey, y'all see
regrets?
Do y'all see the news when they were walking the guys in handcuffs from fucking Traxxas walking behind them with a big ass smile on his face?
I did. I saw that, man. That shit was fucking great.
Well, he made it on Patrick Bet David, right?
Who did?
Trax.
Oh, he did? I didn't see that.
Yeah, he did an interview with Patrick Bet David.
Oh, no shit. I'll have to check that out. What was he saying?
I didn't watch it. I just saw the thumbnail.
Oh, okay.
It was a picture of Patrick, Trax, and those guys that swindled him, you know, in the background photo.
Oh,
yeah. Did you see that second guy, the big fucking mongoloid walking by with the smile on his face? He thought the shit was funny.
Yeah, he ain't gonna be laughing.
You're a fucking idiot, bro.
Hey, that shit went crazy. I knew that shit was gonna go viral when You got goddamn Trap Lord Ross across the pond over there, fucking doing a whole special on it. I was like, God damn, this shit is definitely big news.
Trap Lord Ross did something too?
Yeah, on the whole track shit, dude.
Wow. No shit. I didn't know that.
Hell fucking yeah, it's like a big thing. Like, wow. I said he's even getting down on the shit. Like, wow.
Hey,
It was
that
smart. That guy did it smart.
that guy Trax, he's about it. He fought one of his ex-employees on that Street Beef channel.
Oh yeah. Do you see that, Carlos?
No, I gotta check that one out.
Yeah, go on YouTube and type in Street Beefs Tracks NYC and you'll see him. He's gotten in the ring with somebody else too. There was another guy that I think used to work for him too that wound up stealing something from him. They had some type of falling out and he went into that Street Beefs and they banged it out in the boxing ring.
Oh, shout out to Tracks.
Yeah.
And listen, that guy was half his age, right? And he won probably the first half of the fight. And if he had just a little bit of training, he would have caught. It wasn't. Oh, my bad. It wasn't even boxing. It was like MMA, basically, right?
Yeah, it was like boxing mixed up with fucking headlocks and shit.
Yeah. So it was like a fucking mixed martial art boxing type thing that they did. And at one point, he had him in a rear naked choke, but he didn't know how to get the hooks in underneath the guy's arm. So he like wore himself out trying to choke him out with one hand, basically. And then the kid fucking.
Yeah, he had him too. He had him.
Yeah, he had him too. If he knew it, if he had a little bit of training, like jujitsu or something, he would have won in the first round and choked that motherfucker out.
Yeah, he couldn't get that leverage to lift up the guy's midsection, wrap his legs around him.
Whoever this jeweler is, he's funny as fuck.
Yeah, man. They're fighting. They weren't professional fighters, so there were some points where the fight looked a little awkward, and like you can tell, like they're not fighters. But he got in there, man, and duked it out, and he showed a lot of courage. Yeah.
They fought 3 rounds. It was a good fight.
Yeah. That fucking.
He had some good hands. His hands weren't bad either for somebody that's never really boxed or trained before, to be honest.
Yeah, true.
He did pretty good, I thought.
It was. The only reason why the fight didn't go better was because of that. You have to be in shape to fight fucking 3 rounds. Adrenaline will suck all the air out of you.
Realize
and those big fucking shots that you punch and you miss, that takes so much energy out of you when you miss.
Yeah.
He was trying to land haymakers at the end. And he had no fucking energy left. You could tell.
Yeah, that's why he agreed. He agreed to ending it right there because he just was too tired.
Yeah, he was beat, man. But hey, listen, he got in there, he held his own, and I don't think anybody's gonna be trying to take his chains anytime soon.
No, and he's gonna double his business because at least he stood on something. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, that's good for him.
Look at that one.
Oh, it definitely didn't look like that type of fight.
Oh my God, that was one of the most pathetic fucking things I've seen. I used to have this video clip where fucking Nadu was in the corner fucking up on his tippy toes, and he was like, when like a little kid's in a high chair and they're like banging the fucking tray, they want something to eat and shit, or they want to get out. He was doing that like little baby double fist on his fucking head and shit, like he was on a lunch tray and shit, giving him taps. I was like, what in the fuck is this guy doing, man? It was embarrassing. It was fucking embarrassing, man. I'm like, Jesus Christ, that's fucking sad. And he was supposedly training for that fight too. You know when the minute was that I knew he was gonna get his ass kicked was? He was on fucking Tommy Suitcase's show, on LaVecchia's show one day. And Damien was in the chat, and this is what Nadu says to them. He goes, I never knew fucking boxing is so technical. You have to stand with your feet apart, and like if you're a righty, you got to stand with your right foot in the back and your left foot in the front. And I'm like, oh, this dude's about to get his ass kicked. He ain't even never been in a fucking fight before. How the fuck do you say something like that?
That's just basic.
Yeah, I mean, that's about as fucking, as pathetic as it gets. You don't even know how to stand when you're throwing a punch, man.
Yeah. So even if you don't know how to fight, you'll wind up standing like that.
Yeah. That's what I don't. That's the when he said that shit. I'm like, oh, this dude's about to get fucking his ass whooped. But luckily for him, that other kid wasn't fucking much better. So
True.
that's about. And then the fact that they both fought each other with t-shirts on was even worse.
Yeah, right.
That was fucking crazy.
The other guy had a T-shirt on too.
Yeah, they both did. Yeah, they were both wearing like t-shirts, like Nike dry fits or something like that, if I remember correctly. That shit was fucking crazy.
Then how long it's been? That's like 3 years ago already, right? Jesus.
Oh shit. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, fuck.
Listen, what these guys don't understand, like Agnostic saying, he couldn't last 3 minutes. Guys like Lee Cole, they shouldn't be fucking talking about fighting anyone because they can literally get killed because after fucking 30 seconds, they won't be able to fucking lift their hands anymore and they'll be at the other person's mercy. They can literally beat them to death. Yeah.
Wouldn't be able to defend themselves. It'd be like, well, remember when fucking they had Chicky on the fucking stairs? It'd be like that.
Exactly.
The funniest shit ever was when that dude said he's like, oh, wait till you watch the tape. You're gonna see me hitting the guy, throwing some good shots in there. I don't know what fucking videotape he watched.
He was fucking swatting like if a fly kept buzzing in his ear.
He was swatting behind him, yeah.
Yeah, he was like this while the guy was fucking pounding him from the back, dude. It was fucking embarrassing. He straight ran him down, ran his pockets, and then flipped him. He like rolled him over to run the front pockets and shit. It was fucking nuts.
I heard he was in the hospital recently.
Oh, I was just gonna ask you. That's something they was talking about last night. Supposedly he had 100 pounds of fluid in him.
Yeah, that's what, because you know this dude don't give a fuck. Everything's content to him. But Jim Fabry was making fun of him. He was saying that he had I think he said he had a jar with some of the fluid or some shit like that. He was fucking.
Yeah, that's fucking. How the fuck do you have 100 pounds of? How do you like? Wouldn't when you hit like the 20th pound of fluid, you'd fucking go get yourself checked out?
Well, he just probably thought he ate one cheeseburger too many.
Yeah. He thought he was pigging out for the fucking New Year's and shit. It was just
wow, I gained a couple of pounds.
How the fuck you got an extra whole 100 pounds on you before you get to the fucking hospital?
Well, Angel said they had to put a catheter through his penis.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I guess basically to drain him.
So what was wrong with him? What was causing that? He's got heart failure or something?
Yeah, usually you retain water when you go through heart failure.
Or like liver, kidney failure or something? Like what is that? What causes that?
It could be heart failure. I believe there's other reasons as well. Maybe liver as well.
Yeah? Oh shit.
That'll be a side effect for being an obese fat fuck.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Well, remember every time he used to come out, he was telling everybody how much weight he lost and shit like that? Like anybody believed him?
For real.
Well, Jim Terry said they hung him from his ankles to drain him.
Yeah, like Roy DeMayo in the shower. They gave him a bunch of little fucking cuts and just hung him upside down in the shower stall in the fucking hospital bathroom. Let him bleed out.
Roro says his kidney disease and heart disease make you retain fluid. Damn.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought kidneys did it too, but he probably has both, man. The guy's fucking 500 pounds, bro. It's crazy, man. He crushed a toilet bowl at the fucking Mount Carmel Club.
Yeah, I heard that.
He crushed the toilet bowl, bro. They had to put a stainless steel joint in there.
Yeah, you know, toilet bowls are rated for a certain amount of pounds.
Yeah, they are. If you look on the box, it'll tell you this toilet bowl is good for like, 220 or 250, whatever. They're going to have to come up with their own special line that's going to have to say Chicky proof.
Danny says breaking news. Look at Danny Green.
Where is it?
His last comment.
What, Bernstein?
Yeah, Bernstein.
Bernstein reported today that Howie was going back to New York and taking over. Oh.
What happened?
That would be something that Bernstein says. That absolutely would be something that fucking clown would say.
Hey, Tony Buick's here, man. He wants to hop on for a second.
Oh,
What's
shit,
up, Tony?
man.
Hold on, Buick. Here, this is for Tony Buick. There you go, Buick. Yeah, but that's crazy, man. I can't believe that fucking the guy had 100 pounds of flu. That's insane. I'm just saying, you got to be fucking morbidly obese or something to put 100 pounds on, and I think there was any problem after 20.
Insane for real.
That's fucking.
Yeah, and I guess they didn't realize it was a problem, like to like let's say he gains 50 pounds of fluid, right? They may just think he just gained weight.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's fucking the fact that you can put on that much before you wound up at the hospital is insane. If we put on like 10, we'd be in the fucking ER wondering what's going on. 100? It's like a whole person.
Well, Agnostic got a question for you, Howie. I think he asked it last time.
Let me see. Hold on. Oh yeah, you know what? He had a question to ask, but we were jumping down. I was.
Yeah, I honestly, Agnostic. I don't remember Nicky Carrazzo's Gomads. Plus, I'm a Queens guy. I was. I knew a lot of guys from Canarsie, like Mikey Y and Sally Lip, Richie LaPana, who else? I'm getting a mental fucking block now. Stevie I, like all of those guys, Mario, like mostly the guys from Canarsie I knew. I wasn't big, with the Brooklyn guys, like on knowing a lot of Brooklyn guys.
I forgot who was talking about. I guess that same chick. It was one of these shows, and they were saying that she was smoking hot.
Yeah, I don't remember ever seeing Nikki with that girl. Plus Nikki always stayed in Canarsie, Brooklyn. He only came into Queens when he needed to.
Hey, we got Tony Buick on the show. I think he's showing us his car he got painted.
Yeah, Happy New Year, Common, Howie, Carlos. It's probably the first time on. Yeah, Happy New Year, boys. Good to see you here. Happy New Year, Howie. I picked it up today. 4 months was slow, but I was going to show it on Guns, but he wasn't on. I missed Mike Satcher by a day, but I thought, I'll get onto him when they're on the next one. So I know. Beautiful. Yeah, thanks, Carlos. It is, man. It took 4 months of patience, I suppose. Supposed to be ready. I think it was November, but it is what it is. A one-man show. You can't complain. So, but have a look at this mean machine. I'll get close in a second. I won't keep you long. I'm sorry to interrupt if you had a subject you're talking about.
No. I was just answering the question.
Look at that motherfucker, boy.
Yeah,
the daddy of the muscle cars. This is, mate. The daddy of the muscle cars. Yeah. It used to be an apricot top half and a light mint green. I went black with aqua on the bottom. And I dreamed of these colours for 11 years. I saved a bit of bickies to get it to this.
It looks like the Tiffany fucking green.
This is, I only picked it up this morning and I was already at 3 traffic lights. People are telling me, wind the window down. What the fuck is that? What is it? Oh, that type of questions.
Did you get the interior done too? Or is it factory?
No. Comment, I left it on purpose as is. This is, look, it's got the patina. I on purpose don't want to touch it. I want to leave it as it is, man. This inside, it tells the old story of 68, actually 69 years, because next year, 2027, it's 70 years old. On the outside, I did what I want. Yeah, have a look at these torpedoes, Howie.
Oh my!
Look at this. What?
Wow,
motherfucker!
nice.
Look at. Yeah. Carlos, look at that, huh?
That's a fucking beauty, brother.
It is, man. Hey, Carlos. You can vouch. I don't lie. I don't go on these forums and say what I got and walk around in dark garages pretending they're my cars. You know what I mean, Carlos? Carlos, you know, and then don't even switch a light on, motherfuckers. Yeah.
Are you going to show us your SL600 next?
If I had one, I would, but I'm not a liar, so I'm not gonna.
Your neighbor doesn't have one. You can show us like
that. Right. You know, there is a few. I think one down the street there. I suppose down that way, but not me. What I say is true.
Guys, I'll be right back. I gotta go to the bathroom.
I'll let you go. Listen.
No. Stay on. I gotta go to the bathroom.
You're good, Buick.
Okay.
Yeah. Now
I didn't want to.
Man, you're not interrupting, brother. That bad beautiful. Oh my God.
Yeah. Thanks, Carlos. Yeah, I didn't want to interrupt there. You know, I've learned to sort of like read the programs. Carlos, you remember when I first came up, I was interjecting on Angel's show, and people used to say, you know, they loved me at that time, but you know, but they used to say, man, would you hold your horses, man? You're interrupting the show.
They still love you. Still love you.
What motor's
thanks,
in that?
Carlos.
What motor's in that?
It's a stock 364, what they call a nail head, original. I haven't gone modern, you know, big block. I don't need it with this type of looks. If you got you know, something that's less impressive, you might as well go big block, put all the running gear, turbo 400 to impress. You know, this you don't. You can have that quietest motor, it still gets you know, it still knocks them off their feet. Whoever sees this,
there you go.
Men and women. So I mean, this is.
Wait,
I got
that boy is fucking beautiful.
You'll be turning.
Yeah. I have. It used to with the old colours, and I used to call them granny colours. You know, they were original colour scheme. It did then, but this now, I've only had it on the road for a day. I'm telling you, I'm not exaggerating. It fucking beeps. I was getting beeps from the opposite side of the road, and people literally kids, you know, looking out the back of the mum's window, you know, driving past. Like even kids appreciate it.
It's fucking.
Yeah. What are those wheels? What are those wheels you got on there?
They're Centerline auto drags, Common. I've still got original, so anyone out there who's a purist, don't worry. I've still got the original white walls. They're only 7-inch all round rims and tyres. I've still got them, but I went with a little bit of 10-inch deep dish at the back, 7-inch still at the front. Yeah, Centerline auto drags. They're more or less what they call drag car wheels.
Yeah, no, it looks good.
Yeah, so, yeah.
It was worth the wait.
Man. It was. It was a bit. I want to shout out Maureen, especially Maureen, because she always, you know, made sure she kept reminding me, let me make sure. Shout out to 2 people who have passed away. One, like Edna, literally was like Maureen, interested to know. And I remember her last words before I left the show was Edna was saying, make sure show me when you get it. Literally a week later, she passed away. So I want to, you know, shout out to Edna and to Maureen's husband.
Yep.
Yeah. So
rest in peace.
You know,
Maureen's gonna
rest in peace.
That looks beautiful.
Is she in the chat, Carlos? I'm not watching the chat because I haven't got my sunglasses on. But hi, Maureen. I'll have a look at her after. I'll read the comments after. But if she is,
I don't know if I saw her in here or not yet. To be honest.
No, Oh well, she'll see you. Yeah.
Because you
Carlos will pass it.
Yeah, we'll let her know.
Carlos will pass. Yeah, Carlos will pass the message. Let me open the hood for you one last minute, and then I'll let you go. Original.
Holy shit!
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Nice.
Pretty clean compared, you know, and I haven't spruced that up in the engine bay. That's how it is. It's still pretty clean, you know, considering. That's original engine. That's a 364 nail head, Howie. Original engine stock.
Wow.
As it came out 69 years ago, yeah. Even my generator is original, not a modern alternator. Everything. Radiator's original, the works. Only the battery is a new one.
Numbers matching?
Yes, everything. Yeah, yep.
Okay.
Oh,
Yep,
she's
it is.
She's a beauty.
Yeah, it looks good, man.
Yeah,
That makes it worth more.
That's probably the only one
Oh,
they got
yeah.
up there, huh?
There is a few stocks here. There's only like four in this state of 2 million people. And it started off with a friend of mine who had the first one brought out late 80s actually. And from there, a few of them caught on and said, man, that is better than a 57 Chevy. You know what I mean? Because a 57 Chevy doesn't, the two-door, they don't have this. Can you see this muscle groove here? Look at that. They have it, but not as big.
Right.
And the 57 Chevys, excuse me, no cars have the triple window. Look at this. This is a rarity.
Yeah.
Look at the side triple window.
Like the split windows.
Yeah, that is rare. Only the Oldsmobile 57 has it as well, and the 57 Buicks. The triple window, I'll show you there. And it goes to the corner of the other one. So you can see that is rare in itself. That's what really. And look at the bumper bars where the exhaust pipe is.
That is
right
there.
Yeah.
Is that a
there
dual,
it is, Carlos.
dual exhaust?
Is that a what?
Dual exhaust?
Yeah, dual exhaust. Yeah, here's the other one.
Oh, okay. I see. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. Dual exhaust. Okay, I'll let you go. Get on with your beautiful show. Yeah, Carlos?
Did you give her a name?
No, no, Carlos.
Angel.
Yeah. Yeah, remember, everyone, even poor Nick Romano, made a living out of it for about 6 months, imitating my voice. Angel, you want to see my Buick? Nick Romano made a bit of money off that for 6 months. Yeah. I tell you what, if Angel didn't backstab me, I would have been there maybe February, taken her for a Chinese dinner, and then I would have put on the number plate Angel G. But what did she do? She let me get attacked for no fucking reason. Never said a bad word. I never said a bad word about anyone on that show. That's what freaks me out. I can understand if I was sneaky, calling them idiots and that. Never said it, only because I went to Gunsmokes. And if possible, not always, I wasn't 100% all right, I admit that, I would leave whenever I could, if the subject came up. But I said, they got freedom of speech. I can't fucking stop people. This is a show, I'll pop in, it's my fault. I should not have, I've got no right to tell people to stop their subject or their issues. You know what I mean, Carlos?
You didn't deserve
let them go. No.
You absolutely more respect.
Yes.
Anybody's been to her, not deserve.
Yeah. And to finish off, and I'll hop off, I remember just before I left on that last show after the muscle, cargo muscle rip on, I remember I said, when then Angel came and was literally interrogating me, I said, but do you know what they say? I said, listen, and what they say about people over here? I said, Angel, you should see what your people say to people in Gunsmokes chat. It's not one way. Do you remember, did you ever hear that, Carlos, what I said that? I finished with that comment. I said, you people over this side are not like me who are nice to people. There's people here who attack people over there and are just as vicious. And you want to play like everything's fairy godmother over here. But anyway, I don't want to, I like the woman. I'm not going to say anything. And that's why I've kept my mouth shut. I just wish her the best. Enjoy your granddaughter, your daughter. Do what you want. But I'm out of there. I'm never going back. And Carlos, I've heard you a couple of times on repeats. Thank you for the kind words. No way I'm going to be a fucking idiot to go back begging. Oh, can I come and say hello? No, this is not me, man. You got the wrong person if they think that. But plus, I wouldn't do it. All right, kick me off, Common. See you, boys.
Hey, all right,
bye-bye.
Hey.
Happy New Year,
Bye,
Tony.
Howie. Yeah.
All right,
yes,
take
Howie?
care, Tony.
Take care, Howie. God bless you, mate. See you, Carlos, on the next one, mate. On Shugs. I'll see you on Shugs and Gunsmoke. I'll probably unveil it again. All right, see you, boys.
Hey, agnostic. I'm talking about Mario Casarino, couple other names, the Dragonettis, Beansy. I'm not sure I remember his name. I just know him as Beansy. Yeah, there's a few other guys, but yeah, as far as like Bensonhurst, Staten Island, not too many.
Yeah, Tony is. He's a good guy, man. What they did to him over there was fucked up.
Oh
But
yes, especially him, because you know what? We've seen that. I don't think there's been anybody that's been more respectful to that woman going to other channels than he was. He certainly didn't deserve that. No, not even close. To allow that to happen, him, nobody's giving her more respect. You know, but yet she
no,
keeps the guys that attack her family and her fucking grandchildren and shit like that. It's like, you know, it's the best thing for him, and he knows his worth because he didn't go back like a few others that ran back. He stood on his, and I respect Buick for that.
Hey, a few guys that I knew from Brooklyn, agnostic, Joe Lonnie, Tall Pete, um, uh, uh, Lee Farmer, um, what's his face from the Columbos, Dino Saraceno. These are guys I met personally. You know, obviously, there's a bunch of guys I know who they are. But yeah, you know, I wasn't big on fucking making sure I knew everybody.
you got anything else you wanted to ask? Is that how?
Oh no, that's it. Yeah, I just
Oh,
wanted to let them know.
gotcha.
Shout out. You know what? You know, big rest in peace to all we lost this last year coming in, man. It's like, wow, we lost a few good people.
Well, on here you mean?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there has been quite a
Yeah,
few.
I was distracted, you know, with trying to think of the people that I knew from Brooklyn. Um, but yeah, that was fucked up what they did to Tony. Um, you
Yeah,
know,
well,
like the guy was really loyal to Angel specifically,
Yeah.
and
he does it to everybody. Nobody's fucking surprised though. You know.
You know, and especially the way it went down. You let Chicago come up there and do that shit, which he's famous for doing. And where's Chicago at now? He's over there hiding like El Grapo. Like, come on, man. So you lost a good man just because you're a weak individual.
He
yeah,
never did that. He never did that show he was scheduling, talking shit or whatever. He never did it.
Nope. you know, he gotta go low profile because his daddy's nowhere around.
Right.
Miss can't be wrong. Thank you. Same to you and your family.
Somebody said somebody said, I don't know if it was true. I caught a little bit of Eric's show towards the end. I was skimming through. They said that fucking Lieutenant Dan tried doing a show and nobody even showed up. Is that true?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
Who's Lieutenant Dan?
Fucking
Stone
fucking Stephen Hawking over there in a wheelchair.
Oh, Stone Sailor. That fucking phony. Such a fucking phony, that guy. You know, he's a fucking, you know, came on making like he was this big stolen valor, you know, guy. And, you know, anybody that was committing stolen valor, you know, he was this big hunter. And then he just fucking accepts fucking Chicago Muscle after all of the shit. And especially a guy who committed more violations of stolen valor than a lot of other people.
You
I
know,
don't. Huh?
I seen something today. I forgot which channel it was, but they reached out to the that jujitsu school that Stone Failure supposedly went to, and they let him know, you know, he's been out here attacking women and doing everything, and they responded and said, you know, they got rid of him because, you know, he was threatening women and stuff like that, and they're glad they had got rid of him and stuff like that. So it goes to show you're a complete and utter goddamn failure across the board.
They said they want me to play some clip that Suge did or something. He's walking. What the fuck is that?
Oh yeah, he went live on that that fucking Johnny Yarbrough's fucking show, and I guess Eric had called in and was talking about him being in a diaper and everything. So he turned his camera on and he started like supposedly like taking baby steps, kind of like what Harry did. But yeah, at the video, you could see it's evident he's using one of those walkers, you know, while he's taking his step. Oh yeah.
Let me see. Hold on.
Listen, did you see the way he was standing when he stood up? You know, do some jumping jacks if you want to show me that you can walk.
For real, for real, for real.
Wait, what'd you say? Do a jumping jack?
Yeah, because it just looked like he stood up from the fucking wheelchair and balanced himself to show people like he could walk, but it didn't look like he was moving too well.
Nope.
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna put it on the screen. Let me see. I want to see it. Hold on. Let me see. 1 second. Let me add it to the stage. I didn't get to see it. Let me see. This one, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, hold on.
Look at me, I'm walking. Look at me, I'm talking. Look at me, I'm walking. I'm walking, my friends. Look at me, I'm walking. I'm walking.
Yo, should just
Look at me, I'm walking. Look at me, I'm talking. Look at me,
Yeah,
I'm
he's like well aware of his balance.
You know how you know he's not walking? Like on his own? What does he keep looking down for? And he does that little like bend step thing or whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah, he ain't walking. He's got something in his hands, like a little fucking one of them little wheels.
Yeah, dog.
Yeah. That wasn't a natural, that was no natural fucking walk that somebody walks and does that.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, next time show your hands while you're walking.
Yeah, I want you to put your fucking hands up like you're fucking about to get under arrest, man. Fucking like this, man. Do that shit. I want to see that.
Exactly.
There's a challenge. Next time you come on, go like this. And then fucking do the I'm walking, I'm talking, like that fucking shit.
Do a fucking jumping jack. Just one.
For real. For real.
You can't do no. He does a jumping jack. He's gonna wind up in a fucking a wheelchair with one of them things that breathe like Christopher Reeves to move left. You know what I mean? Like blowing his shit to move left or right. That fucking handicapped son of a bitch. I can't stand that motherfucker. Listen, I remember when that dude first came to the community, right? I had typed his name into the YouTube, like the search bar one time, and I seen a whole list of shows that this guy had done with like channels of like 8 views, 15 views. Like he would go on anybody's fucking channel that would accept him basically because he wanted to be YouTube famous. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And what I did is I found the first video he ever did. It was from like, I want to say 5 or 6 years ago, right? It was the oldest one that I could find. And then I found one that was from like 2 years ago that he did on one of these MobTube channels, like the little interviews he does or whatever. Mm-hmm. And I compared the two stories and shit. Bro, both the fucking stories were completely different. The time frame, the fucking age that the father went away or how old his sister was, and then somebody died in a fire or some shit. But then the other story, they were still alive at the time. Like, I don't fucking believe a word that guy says. He told one guy that he caught a body when he was out in fucking Iraq.
Yeah.
They asked him, they're like, did you ever kill anybody? He's like, one that I know of. Like, yeah. All right. Okay. Yeah.
He's a fucking dog babysitter is what his fucking job was. You know, that's basically what his shit was. Oh, fuck out of here. Dude,
that might have been the show I was watching actually with fucking Vinny Bots actually, now that I'm thinking about it. It might have been his shit. It might have been. And then the other was just some random fucking, I don't even know whose channel it was, some random person from like 6 years ago, 5 years ago that he was on there. And the whole fucking story was different. Whole fucking story.
Yeah, well, according to Eric, tomorrow there's going to be a meeting about Stone Sailor between the prosecutor and someone else. Or I don't know who the meeting's going to be about, but it's definitely has to do with court.
Is that for the that bullshit he pulled when he was trying to pretend like he was smoke?
I think so.
Wow.
Plus trying to you can consider it like
tampering with a witness.
Yeah. You know, but he's famous for that shit. He's the one fucking behind the scenes reaching out to people, fucking getting body cam footage. He's the biggest goddamn behind the scenes fucking snake there is. Crippled bitch.
Yo, look at what Stevie said. Stevie said if he does a jumping jack, his diaper will fall off. That's fucking funny.
Fuck. Oh.
Fucking shitty ass diaper.
I never seen a guy more interested in Eric Foss going to jail. He's more interested in the people that filed the fucking case against Eric.
Yeah, he's a fucking dirtbag. So when they were beefing, when they were trying to fuck before Harry fucking got doxxed, he was the one fucking reaching out to everybody. He was the one riding along with that whole mom pass shit. He was the one getting numbers like to the gas station and shit like that. He's a fucking dirtbag. He's a complete fucking dirtbag.
Yeah, he's a fucking scumbag. He's been in he's been in bed scumbag on here too since the beginning. He's gone from click to click, from group to group, channel anywhere he could fucking get a platform. He's there.
When he first came on, I kind of liked the guy. I didn't see any problems with him. But little by little, he's showing his ass, harping on things that aren't necessarily true or weren't necessarily going to happen, just so he can jump on the bandwagon when they were going after Smoke.
Yep.
I see all right with him, even when I was all right with El Rapo. But it was the shit that he started doing after the fact. And the fact that he lie and do all that stuff. Like, you can't go from fucking stolen valor won't be forgotten to trying to rewrite the definition of what stolen valor is. I was just like, this dude's a complete and utter piece of shit. And then he became El Rapo's fucking son. Him and Harry fucking doing exactly what daddy wants all the time. Like,
and he's the worst type of guy. If he falls out with you as a friend, he wants to fucking see you go to jail.
Yes.
Yeah. He's a scumbag. Roro, no, he was in the military for sure. But I think he just lies about what he was actually doing in the military. I don't know for sure, but I've just heard him tell stories 5-6 years ago, and then told different stories a year or two ago on a couple other different channels. Because you can't remember these lies that you tell. These people aren't that smart. And I don't care how smart you are. You could be a genius. You cannot possibly remember every lie you told. I don't give a fuck how good you are. Right. You're going to get caught slipping. So he ain't very bright, let's just say that. And he's got a lot of contradictory stories and shit that I've seen between interviews he's done.
Yeah,
like the timelines are completely fucking different from 5-6 years ago to the shit he did 2 years ago. Not even not even close to the same.
That's the fucking problem when you come on here exaggerating things or lying. I don't know if he's ever been in combat, but sometimes these guys come on here and they say they were in combat when they weren't.
Oh, him. He's a prime example. I led men into battle. No, bitch, you led a dog leash and that was your job, walking the dog around. You need to stop that bullshit.
Hey, 1 second. Oh, yeah, Stevie B, thank you so much, man. I just got it. I appreciate it. Thanks for the donation, brother. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Yeah, he said, didn't he say that he was boots on the ground in Iraq, the war that only lasted like fucking 70-something hours?
Yeah.
What the fuck do you mean? He said he was in the buildings in apartment complexes doing raids and shit like that, and they left him somewhere, and he had to kill one of the people or some shit like that. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. He said the whole fucking platoon left him and his dog just standing there. He didn't know where anybody went. He was in a building with a whole bunch of fucking Iraqis out in the hallways and shit like that by himself.
Wow.
How the fuck does that happen? If you got the bomb dog that's sniffing the fucking buildings for explosives, you're the first one fucking probably going in there. So how the fuck would they leave you there to go onto a new building and not be like, oh, where's our bomb sniffing dog guy at? It doesn't even make any sense.
He's a fucking war hero. Bitch, please.
Yeah, he's a fucking another one, man. And I've never fucking said anything just because I think the guy's fucking useless personally. But I don't think he's ever said anything directly about me. But he sits on panel with a bunch of scumbags that did, so he might as well have, in my opinion. So maybe we'll do a little special on the fucking Stephen Hawking over there one day.
Fucking yeah, exactly.
Lieutenant Dan, no leg, motherfucking balloon knot. Whatever the fuck they were calling.
Yeah, I don't know if he's ever said anything about me either, but I just don't like the people he fucking rolls with, and I don't like the way he behaves and the things he says and does. I just don't like it.
No, and he said disgusting shit towards people's fucking mothers and family members and all that shit. So don't sit here and play fucking victim with any of us. Then we find out you're calling the fucking prosecutor up, trying to get people jammed up while breaking about 5 different fucking laws and commit felonies in the process.
He's a fucking liar. He told everybody that Maureen called a VA hospital where he was at and was asking about him and that shit was a complete and utter fucking lie. All making up a lie just to be a fucking victim. He's completely fucking full of shit.
How did he become crippled?
He got a fucking staph infection.
Yeah,
Oh,
dirty needle or some shit like
And
that.
it got into his spine, I'm assuming.
But you know it's bad when you already fucking got kicked out. You brag so much about this jujitsu shit, and the jujitsu school kicked you fucking out of there for fucking threatening fucking women or being inappropriate with fucking women. And
wait, what happened?
Yeah, they kicked. You know he studied jujitsu. The school kicked him out for
really.
For inappropriate comments to fucking women. That's why I said I watched that video today. You could see the text messages. Somebody wrote the school and was putting them up on sale and sent them a couple of his videos. Even the video where he was talking about getting some guys fucking on leave to go fucking violate Britney. And really? They went back and they had a couple of comments. If I find it, I'll send it to you. And the school was like, thank God we got rid of this guy and such and such and such and such. And then he went and commented back on the same thing, fucking making light of the whole shit about fucking having people go violate people. It goes to show you how much of a piece of shit he is.
Oh, so he was making like derogatory, like sexual comments to girls that were at that school. You saying?
Yes.
Really? Wow.
I just got a video of him in my Instagram. I don't know how to. I'll send it. Check your Instagram. Check the group Instagram.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, he's a special type of douchebag.
Oh, this is him in the military or something. You want me to play it like this?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know how, play it, I guess, however you want.
Hold on.
I'm Petty Officer Robert Carlo. I'm with the Navy P9 unit station here in Baghdad, Iraq. I'd like to say hello to my mother, Dale. I love you, Mom.
Oh, yeah, here's some type of video.
I'm Petty Officer Robert Carlo. I'm with the Navy P9 unit station here in Baghdad, Iraq. I'd like to say hello to my mother, Dale. I love you, Mom. And I hope to be home soon. And happy Thanksgiving.
He looked like a fucking weirdo. We got a fucking box head. Look like a square.
Yeah, you can't.
It looked like one of them Lego fucking pieces, one of them emojis and shit.
Yeah, you can't come on here talking all of that shit, stolen valor, and how, you were speaking to people to try to find out about certain persons because you felt so strongly about stolen valor, and then you go and you become best friends with the biggest stolen valor fucking dope on fucking YouTube.
For real.
Agnostic said he would fight anyone that would lay on the ground with him. That's fucking funny.
You might sure have to hook up something with Hootie on the ground,
Yeah, that's a good one. Hootie on the ground, yo. That's fucking hilarious, man.
I call him Twister. They put feet and hands on him like he was a twister mat.
Yeah. One hand on yellow, right foot on red. That's fucking funny. I'll have to make a meme of Hootie dressed up like a twister mat. That's fucking that'll be fucking hilarious, actually. What do you think?
Boy, that shit sure didn't pan out for them. They were clout chasing like a motherfucker. It did not go the way they thought it was gonna go. And Gene's face is still the best. When that goddamn fucking camera went black and you look at Gene's face, he knew he done fucked up. He sent this dummy on a crash dummy mission.
Yeah,
he went in there. He got what he was looking for.
Yeah, he's still going around saying he knocked out the black guy.
Man, I wish somebody that's like how is it the one time that you need to get something on camera and nobody's got a fucking camera?
Well, the word around the water cooler is that it's on two people have it, but they'll never put it out because of association. But the person I was supposed to tell me said, "Listen, I said the people say we're right. They can say what they want." He said that I was right there watching this shit. He said they were putting hands and feet on him. That's why I came up with the twisted shit. They were putting hands and feet on him. All that shit he's talking over there. He said, "Hell no." He said he's definitely getting hands and feet on him. And that shit was immediately like, but that you got that coming. You two fucking geniuses promoted this shit for 2 fucking weeks, and you thought it was gonna pan out different. Like, come on, man.
Listen, you get jumped, okay? You say all you got to say is, listen, I tried to fight back, but there was too many of them, so I took off. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, there's nothing wrong with that.
You're right.
But when you're lying, saying you was knocking people out, doing this, doing that, they didn't do nothing to you, and you crawled away underneath a bunch of fucking booths and shit to get out of there, that's crazy.
And then you bragging. I still got my hat. Bitch, you lost your goddamn keys and your phone and some more shit. What the fuck? Give a fuck about a hat? The hoodie.
Yeah. The least important thing he was worried about losing. Meanwhile, did you realize what he did with that hat though? He was saying these motherfuckers, they jumped me or whatever. They couldn't even knock the fucking hat off my head. And he had a hat on, right? And then 5 minutes later in the video, after he took the hat off, he was playing with his hoodie going like this, and he reaches back and he goes, "Oh shit, here's my hat." And he took the hat, it was stuck in his hoodie, bro. So he put a fake hat on and was even lying about getting his hat knocked off his head. It was in his fucking hoodie the whole time. He put a fucking new hat on his head. That's what a clown that guy is.
No, but the funny part was he was laughing that first day it happened. He was bragging. They didn't do nothing to me. Look at my face, this and that. The very next day, bitch, you got sunglasses on and you in a dark room. Yeah, right.
Yeah. missing a tooth and shit too.
Yeah, lift up your shirt. Lift up your shirt and pull down your pants and show us the bruises.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's not, man. That dude is a mess, bro. He really is a fucking mess.
We're talking about real New York street dudes. You stop. You're an embarrassment. You were a real street dude from New York. You two jerk offs wouldn't have promoted the shit for 2 weeks.
Yeah, well, that's the part I still don't understand for the life of me. They basically were broadcasting exactly when they were going to be there, when they were going to go, and they fucking were live streaming it. Like, how did you not realize what was going to happen?
No, but then here's the best. You got Gene and them talking about, they're pussies. They didn't want to give. If you two geniuses thought that you two were going to go to the goddamn fucking fair and get a fade with fucking Joey and Snuff, like, for real? They can't fight you. Ain't no money in it, you fucking dummies.
That's why I couldn't believe for the life of me why Sakali was telling him he got his gangster card for going over there. Like, all he did was crash out, bro. Gangster, he's a fucking idiot.
Listen, if you're someplace with your crew and somebody shows up there to do something to you, your fucking crew, it's their responsibility to fucking go to work on him.
Exactly.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, Joey ain't gonna give you a goddamn fade. He ain't making no.
Nah.
He in it. He about to jack off his fucking freedom to fucking to shoot a fade with fucking you two fucking clowns. Are you fucking serious?
Yeah, I mean, what do you got to prove yourself all the way up until you're 80 years old? The guy's already been there and done that.
Exactly. Yeah, he's in his fucking 60s. He already earned that respect. People are gonna help him out. It was fucking ridiculous. The fact that he even said that was even crazier to me.
It was fucking.
Hey, Howie, Knights Templar got a question. Howie, was there anyone in the 90s around your age that had a bigger reputation than Vito Guzzo?
Let me think about that for a few minutes.
You mean anyone like in all 5 families?
Yeah.
Anybody?
Well, my age exactly. I mean, there was guys a little older than me that were worse, like Charles Caniglia. But yeah, I mean, the only difference between Vito Guzzo and a lot of guys from my neighborhood was that he killed multiple people. But there's a bunch of guys that have shot and stabbed people, but the people didn't die.
No doubt.
So I guess
down, gentlemen.
You jumping down?
Yeah, I gotta jump down. I gotta make this call. I'll be in the chat though.
All right, buddy.
All right, Carlos. Thanks for hopping up, brother. Thank you.
You know, plus you got to understand that nobody knew about these things that Vito Guzzo did until he got arrested. So while he was out there, you know, he really didn't fucking have a murderous reputation because nobody knew who he had killed until after he got locked up for it.
And I was gonna say too, like the 90s was probably the last batch of fucking dangerous people at that time, you know, that were still putting in work.
Yeah, yeah.
There was a lot of different people that were just as dangerous as Vito Guzzo was, like you said.
Listen, I would say A-Light was just as dangerous as Vito Guzzo.
I was gonna say that before, but I didn't know if he was talking about like with the bodies or like, you know, made. I don't know. That's why I was confused with the question.
Yeah, but you know, A-Light's got bodies. You know, how many I don't know. And A-Light was a fucking, you know, he was a tough guy, and you know, he was pretty feared in Ozone Park, Howard Beach, Woodhaven.
And him and Vito had a beef too. They were going after
each
other.
Right. I would say their reputations were equal at the time.
Yeah, I mean, Vito obviously got a lot of notoriety after, you know, he got convicted and shit like that. Kind of became a local fucking, you know, street legend, basically, like a lot of guys. But I'm sure there was a ton of other guys that got killed and shit like that that just never, you know, people just don't even know about them, you know? And then you're talking about all five families in the 90s. I mean, fuck, there's a ton of guys that got a whole bunch of bodies under their belts and shootings and shit like that. I mean...
Right. Plus, there was a whole bunch of fucking feared guys and guys that were capable of shooting you or stabbing you. You know, Vito had a reputation for, you know, for shooting and stabbing people. But I guess the only guys that knew he was actually killing people were the guys that he did it with.
Well, I was gonna say that whole fucking Giannini crew, and fucking realistically.
Right.
That whole crew is dangerous. You know, Ragusa and fucking your buddy there.
Yeah, but probably closest to my age. Well, actually, closest to Vito's age would be A-Light.
Oh yeah, what are they, like 10 years older?
I know. I think Vito is a couple of years older than me, maybe a year or two. And A-Light's like, I don't know, maybe like 3-4 years older than me.
Oh, okay. I thought Vito was older than that for some reason.
I mean, and there was a lot of capable guys, you know, like a lot of guys that weren't as flamboyant and, you know, out there, you know, doing shit in front of crowds. But, you know, they were killers as well.
I think Sakali pled out to what, 7 bodies or something, I want to say?
I think so, something like that.
Yeah. Agnostic said he's 56. How old are you? I think you...
Me? I'm 59. I just turned 59 in July.
Yeah, you didn't know Paul Ragusa, but you knew Tabita. You and Tabita were pretty tight for a while, though.
Yeah, I was good friends with Tabita.
That was another dangerous guy.
Yeah, he was a dangerous guy too. Yeah, a lot of dangerous guys. Joe O'Kane was a dangerous guy.
Yeah, Joe, I forgot about him too. Yeah.
You know, I'm not going to talk about myself, but you know, a lot of people would have considered me a dangerous guy.
And I mean, realistically, that was probably like the last of the era with guys that actually had to still be violent to get stay in that life, basically, you know.
Yeah, like
everybody was capable for the most part, is what I was getting at.
Yeah, anybody that was known for being a shooter or stab somebody, whatever, they were all, you know, feared to a certain extent. Vito was known to you know, he was always getting into situations, you know, always beating somebody up, stabbing people. Um, but yeah, I mean, you know, there were other guys like that. I mean, a light, whoever likes it or doesn't, he was fucking notorious fucking guy back in the day. And I don't like tooting other people's horns, but it is what it is. You know, I can't take anything away from the guy. He was, you know, he was doing what he had to do, robbing drug dealers, you know, committing armed robberies, and you know, bullying other tough guys around.
Hey, happy birthday, Stevie. He said he's 65 today.
But yeah, you know, like as far as like tough guys with their hands, there was nobody tougher than Paulie McDonald.
I'm not Sable wants to know if do you think any of you guys could have survived in Bradford?
I don't know, man. That Bradford is a rough place.
Yeah, I think my dude and his crew would have wiped everybody out. I think he's officially done. I haven't heard anything from that fucking idiot lately, so hopefully he moved on. Who the fuck knows? There was, oh, Key said there was guys behind the scenes that would make people just disappear. There were some of those guys too. I still can't believe that whatchamacallit, the fucking Gemini twins there got released.
Yeah.
And other people didn't. And those guys probably were the most sadistic crews of fucking all time. Because that other guy, he never got out, right? He's still locked up, I think. What the fuck is his name?
The guy Harry Borelli.
Yeah, him. He never got out, but the other guys all did. They all got paroled out, didn't they?
Yeah. Strange.
Oh, that's fucking funny. He said Bradford Stuyvesant. Yeah, you're a funny ass dude, man. That's fucking funny. That's great. Yeah, Henry Borelli got 150 years. Yeah.
Oh, Henry. I thought it was.
Yeah, he got fucked. And meanwhile, them other guys that got all the fucking bodies got released already. I think we were trying to figure that out one day, weren't we? What his sentence actually was, how they got out.
Right.
I don't think we could even figure it out. It didn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, it's weird.
Very strange. Very strange. I was telling you before. You saw that Jake Paul got suspended permanently for medical from getting his jaw broken.
Yeah, he got a medical suspension.
Yeah. I was trying to look more into it. I guess they said it's indefinite for right now, but it's no less than at least 1 year. So I guess that was the last fight he was going to be doing for a while.
Yeah, after you get hurt like that, you have to stay out for a certain amount of time.
Yeah. Yeah, he took a bad beating. Did you see the x-rays of his jaw?
No.
Oh, my God. Let me see if I can pull them up. They were fucking crazy. They had to remove, I think they said they removed like 7 or 8 of his teeth. It was crazy looking. He broke his jaw in like 3 different places.
Yeah, because he probably had his mouth open.
Yeah, that's definitely why. Here, let me see if I could pull it up. See if you can see this. Let me see. He literally fractured the whole bone right in half in the front there. Look at this. Let me share this.
And another thing too, back in, you know, obviously Ronnie One Arm was older than I was, but he was still hanging in, you know, he was still in the trenches. He was probably more feared than all of those guys.
Who's that? Ronnie One Arm?
Ronnie, yeah.
Yeah. Can you see it good or no?
Yeah, I could take it.
Yeah, look at that fracture right there. Broke it straight through his teeth, man.
Damn.
That's a serious fucking punch right there. You could snap somebody's jaw in half like that. I don't know how much pressure. I don't know how much pressure that takes, but that's fucking crazy. Yeah, supposedly they had to remove 7 of his teeth. It's saying that's fucking wild.
And another thing, like with Ronnie One Arm, you know, like I'm talking about like feared from people in the neighborhood, you know, like Vito feared, A-Light feared, but none of those guys were afraid of each other. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, they all looked at each other as kind of as equals, right?
Yeah, equals, or you know, I'll kill him before he kills me.
Yeah. That's pretty much the only way you survived back then, really, realistically. If not, you were going to be food, so to speak, you know? Yeah, if anybody else has any other questions or anything to say, too, feel free. Just pop them in the chat if you guys want. You got your jaw. Oh, Stevie said he got his jaw broken in 3. How'd you do that, Stevie? Yeah, that's what it is, too. We were talking about that earlier. That's what we surmised, basically, is that the reason why Joshua hasn't, you know, really done that to any of the other heavyweights is because they don't sit there with their mouth gaping open. And he just caught him flush right on the button, you know?
Yeah, especially if they're caught in the corner.
Yeah, that was bad. I'll never forget the look on his face after he ate that shot, too, when he was on the canvas. He looked just like, holy shit. He didn't know what the fuck just happened to him. But he didn't get knocked out, though.
No, it wasn't like lights out. No.
Yeah. I mean, technically, obviously, is a fucking knockout, I guess, but he didn't go to sleep, though. He just got his jaw broken in a couple places. What's up, Boogeyman? How you doing? Good to see you, brother. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, if anybody else, if you haven't already, if you guys could please hit that like button and drop a comment in, help get into the algorithm. I appreciate it. If anybody else wants to help support the channel, I got the info at the bottom of the ticker there. And thank you to the couple people that sent stuff over. I appreciate it, you guys. Thank you. That bold Italian said, did they trust each other? I don't know who he's talking about, but.
Hell no.
Who's he talking about?
Probably Vito, A-Light, Ronnie.
Oh. Well, yeah, Vito and A-Light had beef for a long time. Didn't they try killing each other a couple times, too?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah, I think they caught him at a park or by his house or something one time and sprayed him with a machine gun and missed him, I guess.
Well, no. I don't think Vito was shot one time by his house. Frankie would know who that was. And, you know, he got shot from the guy from Backdrafts on Woodhaven Boulevard. You know, did A-Light sit on him? Probably. But did they actually fire at him? I don't know. I would lean towards no.
Wait. But I thought A-Light said that they did, though.
Did he say that he fired at Vito?
No, they were shooting at him, he said.
Oh, okay. So yeah, they were shooting at him. I guess. Yeah. I was thinking more of A-Light shot at them.
Oh yeah, no. He said he got caught by some of Vito and his guys. They took shots at him while he was about to get into his house, and he ran through the neighbors or some shit like that to the park or something.
Okay, yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah. So they were definitely trying to kill each other for a while, for sure. Silo did the surveillance. He knew the owner. Boogeyman. Who's Boogeyman Mark? Oh, is that his name, Mark? I don't know his name. My apologies. But yes, what else is going on? Anything else? Or we've been on for like two hours already, so.
Did we finish up on that fucking Kanashi dude?
Oh, the video we put out before?
Yeah.
No, I'm sure there's more stuff that we could talk about. Did you wind up watching it or no?
No, I didn't wind up watching it. No, not the whole thing. Anyway, just like maybe 20 minutes of it.
Oh yeah, that's about all that I saw too on there. I couldn't sit down and listen to that fucking idiot's whole show. Fucking guy gives me a headache. He's so stupid. The thing that I hate is that, you know, he turns his comment section off because he's a sensitive little fucking snowflake and can't, you know, stand listening to anybody say anything. And then he pulls that shit at the beginning where he pulls the, oh, I'm not saying anybody's name. So if you think that this is about you, it probably is shit. So if anybody does say something to him or confronts him like, oh, were you talking about me? He could say, I wasn't talking about you. I don't know why you thought that. I never said your name. He wants to have like plausible deniability for anybody that confronts him. And I just think that's some bitch shit. If you got a problem with somebody, why fucking beat around the bush? Just say their fucking name on there. I don't understand that.
Listen, you know, everybody does subliminables. I do them myself once in a while, but for the most part, if it's big enough issue, I'll call you out by your name.
Well, that's the thing, though. He's doing a whole fucking a whole show, and he's calling people grifters or drama. Oh,
yeah,
drama. That was the name of it.
He's never fucking directly mentioned somebody's name. It's always subliminals.
Yeah, always. That's what I'm saying. It's one thing if you're trying to, like, you know, slide a little message in there for somebody to catch it without really, you know, causing a problem, just letting them know something, and a total different thing when you do it all the fucking time.
Right.
And he's somebody that does that shit all the fucking time. And he's over here giving people advice on not supporting people who all they do is drama shows and attack people's families and go after their kids. Meanwhile, this motherfucker was doing shows with the worst two fucking people on here that's all the fuck they did to people.
Listen,
and now that they're not around anymore to save him and shit, he wants to play fucking victim and give people advice on what not to engage in on YouTube. Give me a fucking break.
Anybody that has supported that SoFlo, those guys, you know, I don't really. I guess every situation is different, but if you supported that guy, that doesn't say fucking good things about you.
No. It just proves that everything that we've ever said about these guys is fucking true. That's it. And you can't act. The guy's coming on here like he's some fucking moral authority, you know, like the ethics police and shit, and giving people advice on, you know, what they should talk about on their shows or who they shouldn't engage with or support, this and that. Man, get the fuck out of here. If the fucking Ripper and the Maggot were still around, he'd be in their chats running his fucking mouth, threatening and talking shit to people. Who the fuck is he kidding right now?
Yeah, and like, what do you want? You want to fucking get involved with the drama so you can get fucking donations, but you want to do it without fucking saying anybody's name?
Yeah, that's just some coward fucking bitch shit. Straight up coward shit, man. He said anyone who says that they're gonna get a lawyer to fucking to sue somebody is full of shit, because you have to prove damages, that something happened to you, you lost money or inconvenience or whatever, this and that. Basically saying that nobody on here is going to be able to prove that. So I don't understand what the fuck his point was.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly what he said about fucking donations, but it was so ridiculous, because whether or not you get a $50 donation or a 50-cent, if you make $50 on a fucking live or you earn 50 cents on a fucking show through YouTube, you're profiting.
Yeah. But the thing is, though, is that if you're doing a show and you're telling the truth about somebody, or you're repeating something that you believe is true, that's not slander or defamation.
No.
So you're telling people that if anybody ever donated $5 to them while they did a show and they brought up a certain subject, they're going to be subject to be found liable in a lawsuit if they mention somebody's name or say something. He said that using the word allegedly doesn't fucking count. Yes, it fucking does. That's why people use it, stupid.
Yeah, fucking media.
What the fuck are you talking about?
News channels use allegedly.
Yeah, they use it to cover their ass from saying allegedly, meaning this is what we believe to be true, but it might not be. So they're covering their ass because they're saying we're not saying this is 100% fact. It's alleged. People are saying that this is true, but it hasn't been confirmed yet. They can't fucking sue nobody over that. If they could, there wouldn't be any such thing as fucking tabloid magazines or the rag papers, whatever you want to call them, or these websites and shit that they put out on people. People do it all day, every day.
Yeah. Also, like in my opinion, this guy, this Kanasi guy, I think he's full of shit. I think he's a liar. He's calling the kettle black. He's the pot, calling the kettle black. I just think he's just got no fucking. He's a hypocrite, you know.
Yeah,
This is my opinion, going based on what I've seen him do. So I don't give a fuck what you think about me.
Well,
By some of the things you have done was supporting some of the issues that you have supported was so ridiculous. I mean, incredibly fucking not true.
yeah, and meanwhile, he's trying to talk about people that come on here and tell lies about people and shit like that. Does everybody remember the day? Remember that day he did that? He was doing that show and he was trying to take shots at me, and I was playing. I was at a poker game and I took a break to go grab his link on his show.
Yeah.
So if people weren't there, they don't remember. This clown Canarsi's on his show one day and he's talking shit, throwing shots at me, trying to be a tough guy. So somebody sent me a text message to let me know and gave me a heads up what was going on. I was in the middle of a poker game, and I'm like, hey, fill me in, let me know what he's saying or whatever. So when I found out about it, I heard he's talking shit. I took a break. I went outside. I went onto a show, and he had dropped the link in the chat. So I grabbed the link, and I went into the fucking back room, and I knew that this guy was going to do this shit because I know he's a fucking bitch and a liar. So when I was in the back, I specifically screenshotted me sitting in his back room, showing him my face to let him know that it was me back there. And he tells everybody on his show that, oh, it's not common back there. He's not showing his face. It must be a troll. Then he blocks and bans me from the fucking studio. So I took screenshots of that shit. So I went on the show the next day after he's running his mouth, and I gave the pictures to fucking, I think FBS or Gunsmoke or both of them. I forget who it was at the time. And I was showing him that I was in the back fucking room, showing him my face because I knew he was going to pull that shit. But that's the type of dude that this guy is. He's a fucking lying mutt. He's a weasel. He's no fucking good. And he's a fucking drama queen that sits on here and calls everybody else drama queens. You can't make this shit up.
Yep.
I got no respect for anybody like that. And then he wants to get tough and talk shit to people and threaten people. The minute you mention a guy in a fucking video or put up a picture, he's on the phone with a fucking attorney and the fucking police and shit trying to put a lawsuit on somebody. Give me a fucking break, man. You're not built for the internet. You're too fucking sensitive. And meanwhile, I think he got like 300 fucking views on the video. Like anybody's even watching his stupid ass anyways. How the fuck you got 25, 30,000 subscribers on your fucking channel and you can't get over 400 views? How the fuck is that possible? It makes no sense.
The reason why he probably successfully strikes all these channels, because I had read something that if you have your attorney get in touch with YouTube, you know, obviously things will get done. And this is my guess, my opinion, is he's got his lawyer friend doing that shit for him.
Oh yeah, I'm sure Elio's fucking back there doing it, without a doubt.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know for sure, but I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Or at least he's somebody he reaches out to get advice from, you know, and comes out here and says the shit that he does. But just because that guy's an attorney doesn't mean he knows what the fuck he's talking about.
Oh, hell no.
Practice in that field.
Listen, you can't. These guys basically put out a narrative that's beneficial to the people that they're trying to help.
Right.
That's not the way you do things.
No, it's not. Well, he'll find out the hard way. You know, I guess that was another one of his. This is the last fucking videos he's gonna do in a genre bullshit. He's done that fucking a dozen times already in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Nobody even watches that shit anyway. So, but hey, how my throat, my voice is coming out on me, bro.
Yeah, no problem.
Hey guys, listen, we're gonna be shutting it down for now. My voice is going out on me still. I'm still not 100%. I want to thank everybody for being here tonight. If you guys haven't already, if you enjoyed the show, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please do turn the notifications on. And I appreciate everybody who donated to the show. If anybody else would like to help donate and support the channel, I'm much appreciated. Thank you guys very much. And we'll see you guys soon on the next one. And leave a comment after the show if you guys. I'm going to start doing some pre-recorded content on true crime stuff and current events. If you guys have any recommendations or want to hear anything, shoot it into the comment section and give me an idea, and I'll get back to you guys. So thank you very much, everybody, and have a good night, guys.
And I want to say good night to everybody as well. It's always a pleasure chatting with you guys. I enjoy the questions, the good questions. And, everybody have a good night. And see you soon. All right, Carmen. I'll talk to you.
All right, man. I'll hit you up, bro.
All right.
Good night, everybody. Good night.